I've heard you laugh on the podcast.
My laugh is ear rape.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, guys, welcome to Almost Live. We're trying to come up with an intro bit, and I just didn't tell David that I started recording.
Here we are.
Yeah, my laugh is ear rape.
Yeah, we've been recording for about 20 seconds.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. David had a story from earlier today.
Oh, yeah. So
Start us off.
when I came home from work,
Yep.
I pulled into the parking lot. I got out and I locked my van. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I hear, "Yo, bro!" So I look around the parking lot for a second, and there's no one there. And then I look over at the building, and then I look up like 5 degrees,
Yeah.
and I see this person standing out on their balcony.
The fuck?
They locked themselves out on their balcony.
How the fuck do you do that?
That was my question.
Like, I think it's kind of funny though.
Yeah, it is.
The only way
Did you end up like getting him back into his apartment?
First off, it was a lady.
Okay,
And then
Did you end up getting
second,
her.
I made it seem like I didn't even hear her. So I walked away. I walked up to the apartment and I took a shower.
You're a dick.
Yeah, you're a horrible
Yes,
person, dude.
I know.
I would have done the same thing.
I did. There was something similar happened in my apartment when I was in high school. My 2 roommates, we would go out on the balcony and smoke back when I smoked cigarettes. And my one roommate accidentally dropped like half a cigarette, so still very much lit, down on the balcony, and it fell through the crack and landed on the balcony below us, which normally wouldn't be an issue. But they had kids, and they were like young kids. Like I'm talking like 2 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, yo, you need to go down and get that. He's like, how am I supposed to go down and get that? Like, I'm not going to knock on their door. It's like 2 in the morning.
FBI, open up.
Yeah, exactly. They'd open up. But we were just sitting there thinking about that. And I took a long drag of my cigarette, sat it down on like the railing to the balcony. And I was like, be right back. And then I walked in the apartment, out the door, out the bottom door into like the parking lot, ran around the building to where the 3 stacked balconies were, ran and jumped off the wall of the building and grabbed the bottom of their balcony, pulled myself up, grabbed the cigarette, jumped down off their balcony onto the ground, went back in the building, back up into our apartment, and got on the balcony. My cigarette still embering, got them both. I started smoking. I'm like, it's okay, I got it. And they're like, when the fuck did you leave? It was just right the fuck back up. And it's funny because they were still out on the balcony when I did all this. And they apparently didn't see or hear me jump up onto the 2nd story balcony.
And what time was this?
Like
2 a.m.
2:30 a.m.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
So
like
it
if
was
anyone
black.
would have seen me, yeah, it would have been like, oh, hey, look, a cat burglar.
Yeah.
Hey, look, that man is stealing.
Meow, bitch.
No.
Ooh, boy, he's stealing.
How did the term cat burglar come about also? Did someone just steal cats?
So I don't know. Maybe somebody dressed up like Catwoman.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
But probably not.
Probably.
Like all they had was
Probably
just
not.
a Halle Berry like Catwoman outfit.
Yeah, but
No, they just had cat ears.
No, they don't even have the Halle Berry one. They have the OG one, the one that was stitched together and was horrifying.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah, the one that was like Freddy Krueger style.
Yes. I totally know what you're talking about. The one that looks like it was just a bunch of fucking zippers.
Yeah.
But like, what made them choose
That
kind of design over like just more of a streamlined
because
design?
cats ruin everything.
Yeah. Therefore,
I
it's
mean, there was
easier to
also a
stitch-
dark twist to the film.
But it's also easier to stitch small pieces together than it is like a giant gash, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't stitched up very many vaginas. I don't know how to stitch up a large
Are we not
gash.
talking about elbows?
What?
No.
Elbows?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
inside joke.
Inside joke. Sorry, guys.
Got it. So yeah, that must have been a tough design decision for the directive team.
I mean, probably.
Nice segue. Speaking of tough decisions, that's what we're going to do for some of this podcast.
Oh, fuck. All right.
I thought
cool.
since all of us are on different wavelengths,
Yes.
more or less, Austin's kind of a fucked up guy. David's kind of fucked up, but in a moral way.
Mm-hmm.
And I tend to sometimes do the right thing, except when I'm
I
pissed
have
off.
morals. It's just I choose not to use them all the time.
Obviously.
Yeah. So we all
That's
have
why he
different
lives with
kind
me.
of.
Hey,
Hey, that's why you live with me. Fuck off.
you needed a place.
Okay.
That's fair.
So it's pretty much it's decision making. It's gonna have two options, and you have to pick one or the other.
Yep.
And then I can kind of. I believe I just downloaded this app like as we were starting.
Okay.
'Cause I
Ooh,
Yeah, because I procrastinated.
choices.
But it should tell us the percentage of like what side we were on, if we were on the side of like most people or not.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you either choose to move to the past at any time of your choice, so any time in history, just move to the past, or move to the future at any time of your choice.
Are we allowed to move back to the present after like
Nope,
learning information?
no.
Oh.
Yeah, because like these questions don't have very much explanation after them.
That's why I'm like asking.
So I'm going to
personally.
be the kind of judge, jury, executioner on that.
That's why I'm like asking like.
No,
if I'm
you
asking
go, and that's
personally.
where you are.
Oh fuck. Okay, so it's like it's not time travel. It's just.
Bruh, Futurama, that shit. Going to the future.
See, I wouldn't. I'd
But
go to the
thing is-
past.
Yeah. What if the future is not there?
That's okay. Then I'll be the only one who is there.
No, but like, say, because like like with all the earthquakes and like volcanoes and everything that's happening,
In Area
like the Earth is
51.
just fucking destroyed.
I'll be the only
You
one
travel.
who is
No,
there.
you would die. You'd be in a vacuum of space because the Earth would be gone.
First off, how are we getting there?
You just
It's just poof. You poofed.
you got one wish from a genie, and the genie said, "I only do time travel." Past
But
the
you
future,
can't come back.
Past the future, you can't come back.
I'm going to the past.
Why? Out
Well,
of curiosity.
Like, I already know I'm a pretty fucked up person, and our viewers.
Oh
probably
yeah, I
know
forgot
that
you're
too.
a racist. You'd fit in really well in the Civil War.
Hey, fuck off! I'm not a racist.
I know.
I'm going back. Yeah, no. I have mine. I'm going back so I can kill Hitler early.
Kill Hitler as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just a baby. He hasn't done anything wrong yet.
Do not care.
Okay.
Got it.
Killing Hitler and his family.
Got it. So just murder.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm going back in time for murder.
Okay, so you go back in time to kill baby Hitler.
Yep.
Austin, why do you go back? You said you're a fucked up person and what?
Okay, so like naturally, yes, I'm
He
a
wants
pretty
to.
fucked up person.
He wants a slave.
No. I would probably try to like. I wouldn't say like justify my past wrongs, but like try to fix them in some way so I'm not as fucked up.
Got it. So you'd fuck your mom, so you're your own dad, so then you can raise yourself right.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
That was weird.
I think I would.
No, like that happened in Futurama though.
I've kind of thought. Actually, I did.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, cool. I don't have to explain it. I think I would go to the past, because like, granted, it'd be cool to go to the future and be like, "Yo, you're my great grandkids. You get to see how dope I am as a 20-some-year-old dude, and I get to like get fucked up with my great grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be cool. But I think I'd go to the past to just firsthand see all the shit that my ancestors did. Because like
Okay,
I've
I can
told you
see
some
that.
of it. I don't think I've told Dave, and I definitely haven't told the podcast. But like they were like barbarians, like warriors kind of shit. And one of the most notable stories is I don't know the year, but on like pretty much my whole clan went to this town, and they're like, "Hey, all our people are sick. They're dying. Is there any way?" Because like they're like nomadic. They're trying to get to like a new area, and they're like, "Hey, is there any way we can stay in your town, kind of like heal our wounded and sick, and then we can move on?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, no problem. Like we're here to help people." And then in the middle of the night, all of the men got up and slaughtered their warriors, and then kidnapped and raped the women, and enslaved their children, and cut the heads off of all their horses.
Your family's just fucked, bro.
And the fucked part of that is my grandparents were in Scotland a few years back. I'd say probably 6. And they were on a tour bus. And the tour bus stopped outside of the city limit and said, "Okay, I know this is weird, but anyone directly related or associated to a Campbell needs to get off the bus. You will be brought back to the tour area by a shuttle bus. And you'll be refunded." It was like 10% or something like that of the cost of the tour. Because that was the area of the town, or like the descendant of like the one I guess would currently be a mayor of that town, and they still would not allow Campbell's in. And this was like 2013, which is nuts. So I think it'd be cool as shit to go back in time and like, not necessarily take part, but just exist in that kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, it would be cool to see some of my ancestors scalp people.
Yeah, like badass. Be part of your family.
How are you? Hiya, how are you?
No, that's how Columbus.
Hiya, how are you?
I'll scalp you.
Did you know that's how Ohio got its name? Columbus was doing a parade because he like discovered America. And he was like, oh hi, oh hi, oh hi, Ohio. Shoot me.
Gladly.
Oh, let me. So most of us pick pass or most of us pick
Oh,
future?
we all picked past.
We all picked past.
We all picked past.
Because I wanted murder
pass.
baby Hitler.
48% picked pass. We weren't part of the majority, but it was pretty close.
Yeah.
All right. You choose to be completely paralyzed for 3 years, then fully recover, or be in a coma for 10 years and then fully recover.
I'm being in a coma.
Coma for 10?
Coma for 10, because I need sleep.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like sleeping for 10 years? Fuck yeah, fam.
Paralyzed from the waist down?
No,
full paralyzed.
Completely paralyzed, like neck down, like
That
you're.
is still a coma.
It's
I mean, in
kind.
a sense,
It's kind
yes.
of. You're still like a coma. You're more or less, depending on what you believe of comatose state. You're just essentially dead with a heartbeat. The paralysis, it's neck down, so you're still like you can still wake up, talk, look around, move your head. Anything above like your
there's
neck.
still like moderate brain activity.
I'm going to go with paralyzed just because of the fact that I don't trust people. And if I was in a coma for 10 years, I feel like somebody would be like, yeah, he's not waking up.
Well, let's put a spin on it just so you can get a little more in depth into it.
Okay.
They know that you're going to be in a coma for 10 years. They know what's happening. It's like, say it's a self-induced coma. Say both of these options are for medical research. So self-induced 10-year coma or self-induced 3-year paralysis.
If they know not to like just be like, all right, just fucking kill him.
Yeah. So you do coma?
Yeah, I would do coma.
I would also do coma for a completely different reason.
Why?
I would
Get away from your wife for 10 years?
No.
Burn!
That would probably be the worst part of all of it. I would specifically instruct them to not cut my hair or beard.
That's fair. I could see that.
So I'd wake up with like nice, hella long flowing locks and a godly beard.
Dude, imagine mine.
Gandalf.
Okay, imagine my beard as long as your hair.
That's what's up.
This man's wants to be Gandalf.
I'm going to be Gandalf.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Like, my beard will end at my belly button before I die.
No, it will not.
Yes, it will.
No, it won't. This is going public, so we can make a bet and hold this up.
Okay.
What are we betting?
My life.
Yeah, but you're already going to lose that. Probably before the beard hits your belly button.
No.
So, try again.
If my beard does not hit my belly button before I die, you get the satisfaction of pulling the plug.
I do or David does?
You do.
But the thing is, I'm not going to be satisfied with that because you're one of my closest friends.
But you'll still be satisfied because you finally get to get rid of me.
No. Like, as much as I've hated you in the past, I've never wanted to actually kill you.
That's...
No, I've threatened to kill you. I have threatened to do many, many, many things to you, but I've never actually legitimately been like, you know what? I'm going to murder him. Like, I'm going to walk to his house. I'm going to sneak into his room because I knew how to get into his house.
It wasn't hard.
And I'm going to slit your throat. I was never at that point. I was going to do a lot of fucked up things to you and fuck up your life. I was going to kill you.
And we've both been there.
Yeah. But yeah, I think... Oh, my fucking phone keeps locking up.
Smooth.
Some bullshit. But yeah, I do the 10 years just to get like a long ass hair, long ass beard. Grow up with a dad dick.
Nice.
So we're all in coma? We're all
Sure.
comatose?
Coma.
40%.
Damn.
Most people took the paralysis. That's weird.
Shorter time.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
guess, yeah, shorter time, but, like, if you think of it in conscious time, coma, you will immediately wake up. You'll be like, okay, going in the coma. Hey, I'm back.
Pretty much, yeah.
Paralysis, you're just in hell for 3 years, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's just weird.
Okay.
It's weird to me. Okay, you are always 20 years old, or you're always 30 years old.
Wait, you said 20 or 30?
Yeah,
30, so I'm actually allowed to drink.
fair enough. David,
Yeah.
I'm picking 30 for that reason,
Jaeger.
and because I can rent a car.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's one thing. Everyone's always like, I can't wait till I'm 21 I can finally drink. I was always like, I want to be 25, so I don't have to pay rental car insurance.
That's fair.
Or the additional fee for under 25. Like, it's just a weird fucking thing, but, like, do you want to pay an extra $80 when you travel? Like, no.
Yeah.
No, I just
Okay,
drive my own
so we're all-
vehicle. What the fuck?
So we're doing 30, 51%. These are all really close.
Yeah, they are.
Ooh, to only answer the truth on any question or to be a pathological liar. Austin's exempt from this because he is a pathological
Hey,
liar.
fuck you. It's true, but fuck you. Don't point it out.
David, what would you think? You can you always lie, or you can never lie.
Can you avoid the truth?
No, you have to tell the truth and only the truth and the whole truth.
You can
there is no
you can
middle-
still tell the truth without giving a full answer.
No, there is no middle ground in this.
It's like if I'm say
Did you eat
say
my pie?
well, no,
Yes or
no,
no?
no, no. I'm saying say I'm your wife of 15 years, right? I'm a hottie, and I put on a dress, and I'm like, does this make me look fat? It's not like you go, yeah, you kind of, but it works. Not that
It's
you're
yes, you look fat, or no, you
no,
don't.
no. It's like you goes on, and you're like, yes, you look fat. Like zombie answer, full ass fucking answer.
Don't think too hard. You might hurt
Or-
yourself.
Or you're a pathological liar, so they don't know if you're telling. Actually, yeah, we can put it that way. So they don't know if you're telling the truth and they don't trust you.
I mean, enough people don't trust me as it is, so it doesn't fucking matter to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said you're exempt.
I like it when people trust me.
Truth?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't know. I think I'd probably go with the pathological liar.
But Rachel would never trust you again.
Yeah. But there's some tough questions in life. Like not even just directly relating to the fact that I'm married and like I'll probably come into the does this make me look bad question.
Oh, you
But-
definitely will.
Yeah, inevitably. But like if like a toddler asked me, "Hey, where do babies come from?" Or if me and you are close and you decide you have kids and you die and your kid asks where you are.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them that you got shot in the street and your brain blew out the back of your head. That's going to fuck your kid up.
Them being my kid is gonna fuck them up.
Well, yeah.
You telling them I got shot in the head, my brains got blew out on the street? That's
That's probably the least of their issues.
that's the least of their
True.
issues.
See, I think I'd probably take the pathological liar route, honestly.
Now,
Because there's like, granted, it is better to tell the truth, but there are tough questions.
I don't care enough to lie anymore.
Fair enough.
I have a question about the lying thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just like a bold-faced lie, could you tell a riddle instead? Therefore, it's even more confusing for your answer.
I'll allow it.
Well, then yes, I would pick that because it could be either the truth or a lie.
Fair enough.
Therefore, creating a middle ground.
Okay, so I say 2 out of 3 on pathological lying. Let's click it. Oh, people said truth. David's in the right on this one.
For once.
Yeah, you suck. Fuck you, David. No one come to your wedding or no one come to your funeral.
No one's coming to my funeral anymore.
No one's fucking going to mine.
Okay, we're gonna skip that one just because you both suck.
Well, here's the thing. If anyone does come to my funeral,
If I'm alive, I'll come to yours.
anybody who comes gets a taser. The last one standing gets all my shit. All of it.
I'm only going so I can DJ and play Highway to Hell on repeat.
Yes!
Like, I got you, fam.
That's what's up. I'd appreciate that.
You doing? Which one are you doing?
I already said no one's coming to my funeral anyways.
So so we'll just
Nobody likes me.
So
We live together. I have to like you.
34% of people
forced.
said funeral.
44?
So most people wanted no people to come to their wedding.
I mean, like, it kind of makes sense though.
And actually, I picked the funeral one too because no one
I picked the funeral.
no one came to my wedding anyway.
I'd pick the funeral.
I wasn't invited.
I picked the funeral just because of the fact that I'm dead. I don't care.
And also to be fair, well, yes, that's a very very valid point, David. Like, who gives a shit? You're already dead. No one was invited to my wedding.
So I have one question about this.
Okay, 1 second. There were 3 invites.
Yep.
Alicia, because she was Rachel's maid of honor.
Okay.
Larson, because he has been my best man since we were in high school. I told him he was going to be my best man.
Okay.
And Ben, because he was the officiant.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kayla, Ben, and the kids invited themselves because they said, if you're getting married, we're going to be there. We'll never forgive you. So I was like, fair enough.
Okay.
Question.
Why do I have to go to someone's funeral if they're not going to come to mine? Right?
Fuck you and your internet memes.
Right?
I mean, fair
But,
enough.
like, am I wrong though?
No, but like, yes. Fuck
Like,
off. Next question.
Logically, I'm not wrong, but morally, I am.
Ooh, here's a good one. This one's a good one as long as you guys actually think about it. You get world peace or a cure for all diseases that everyone is vaccinated with at birth.
No, see, that's not possible.
No. Okay, well, we won't say vaccinated. World peace or no disease. Just like genetically, everyone's like, boom, diseases don't exist anymore.
That is a tough one.
Like,
I mean, I'm more leaning toward like world peace because we're consistently working on more vaccinations. But there are always those moms who's like, oh, it's my choice to put these,
yeah, but like, I'm taking the vaccination thing out of it. Like,
yeah.
I'm saying on a genetic like level, like on a molecular level, like humanity just instantaneously changed that there's no disease, specifically because of the whole anti-vax movement.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you thinking, David? You look very quizzical.
You do.
World peace.
Hard rip, bro.
You think world peace?
Mm-hmm.
What's your reasoning for it?
The reasoning is if there's world peace, there wouldn't be war to interfere with research and all the scientists coming together to actually be able to make that genetic or molecular level of no diseases possible.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength.
So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, I was gonna say world peace. So then, like, the greatest minds from wherever in the world, since there's no quarrels between anyone, they can all work together.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I mean,
the
also,
Avengers of research, essentially.
Yeah, and I mean, also world peace. Like, yeah, with world peace, it would take more time for diseases to just be completely eradicated, but it would be worth it in the long run because, one, you're getting rid of all the anger that everybody has towards everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting, I wouldn't really say you're getting rid of stupid people because that's kind of impossible.
Yeah, you can't get rid of stupid people unless you literally kill Austin.
Hey.
Come on, you know that was funny.
I just think with world peace, people would just be more aware of everybody else.
That's fair.
Pick that. World peace was 49%, so that was a pretty even 50-50,
People are dumb.
which is kind of what I expected. Well, it was a pretty close even 50-50. A lot of people that probably have this app are like 12-year-olds at a slumber party.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think there's not. We're probably one of the 10% that are actually putting depth of thought into this.
Yeah, probably.
It makes sense.
All right, you choose to find a bottle with a letter from the past or find a bag with 10 grand.
Bag with 10 grand. The fuck? As of right now, all of my issues could be solved with money.
But how far is that?
Not true.
How do you figure?
Depression.
I can use that to get better insurance so I can actually afford the medication. Go fuck yourself. As you were saying?
You're lonely.
Hookers.
10 grand's only going to get you 5 for a day.
Money cannot buy happiness.
Incorrect.
Well, I didn't say it would buy my happiness. I just said it would fix my problems.
Mm-mm.
And fixing my problems would create the happiness.
Because you would have 10 grand, right?
Yep.
How are you going to get more?
Well, for starters, I'd fix my fucking Jeep because that thing's about to fall apart.
How are you going to get more?
Okay, well then, let's say we'll take it this way. Fix your Jeep. How much do you think it'll take to fix your Jeep up?
Well, as of right now, I need brake pads, rotors, and other shit going wrong because it's starting to shift weird.
So we can say max.
So let's just say max $1,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1 to 2. Yeah, so we'll say max $1,000. So you got 9,000 left.
And then even after that, I could potentially pay forward our rent for however long.
If you're going off of rent, are you saying you pay whole rent, or are you saying you pay your portion of rent?
Portion of rent.
Okay, that's a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah, because your rent's a little over 1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so a little over 1,000. It's $9,000. You divide that in half because you guys split 50-50, correct?
Yeah.
That's approximately 500 each. There's 18 500s and 9,000, so 18 months. So you can pay half rent for a year and a half. My math is correct.
We only rent for a year, bud.
Okay.
That's why I was like so confused.
Okay.
Like 18 months?
So then for a year is 12. That's $6,000. So you got 3,000 left.
Then Halloween.
Congratulations, you made it a year and 2 days. With the money, you now do not have that $10,000.
And you're probably most likely in debt.
More than likely.
Why would
Yeah.
I be in debt?
Taxes.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So actually,
Wait, hold on.
yeah, that 10 grand actually probably isn't even 10 grand, because if you don't file that in your taxes, the government most likely will find out that you just randomly spent 10 grand in a year.
Dude, I could spend 10 grand in a month if I wanted to.
Okay, you up front paid for a year's worth of your half of rent.
It wouldn't be like up front. It'd be over time.
I was gonna say he probably doesn't pay it up front. He probably he'd just have the 10 grand and be like, okay, and he'd set aside, okay, we have a year left, so that's rent, and then he'd just pay his
I'd
portion.
pay the half per month, not all of it up front.
Yeah.
You still
Boom.
you still actually do have to write it off in taxes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, and also you made it a year and a bit with that 10 grand. So now you're 23?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're 23 and more than likely in debt. But the good news is you got weed in a Jeep.
I can use my Jeep to still go to work.
Okay, fair enough. So then you're in the exact same situation you are. You just have more weed.
Yeah. With a better Jeep. Because the shit's not broken.
Fair enough. What I was going to say before we went through that is we should determine what the letter is. Is it just some person, like some 15-year-old from the 1800s that's writing a letter to someone? Or is it like a letter from Isaac Newton or something that he figured something out about quantum molecular stabilization, so we could live forever? What's the contents of the letter that would make it more of a even exchange, so it's more of a tough decision?
Side tangent off of this subject.
Okay, we'll do that while David thinks, because he's kind of the decider factor.
So I saw this post on Facebook the other day. This lady, her husband had died, so she put a letter, writing hey, this is so and so. These are his remains. Call this number whenever.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
She put couple bucks in there, capped it, threw it in the ocean, whatever. Somebody got it use the money, call her. She's like, oh, I'm so happy he made it that far. If you can, try to put like $1 or $2 in there and send it to somebody else. Apparently, it damn near went worldwide of just how far that fucking bottle went.
Yeah, I saw that story. That was actually really cool. I read into that a little bit. That was
heartwarming.
It was really interesting. Yeah, I like that.
David, have you had enough time yet?
Come to a general conclusion.
He's still scratching his nuts, so that's a no.
No.
Oh fuck. Okay.
The significance of the letter is obviously has to equal 10 grand.
Yeah,
Naturally, yes.
Yeah, before you bring through your thing, my general thing was 10 grand is obviously 10 grand. The letter, I think it'd be for a lot of people an equal or maybe even greater value, depending on who you are, would be we'll say like a 10-page letter from a dead relative. Like what they wish they could have said before they died.
How distant is the relative?
We could just say of your choosing. Of your choosing that knew you. Or like experienced you. So even like if you were born, your grandfather met you and then died 2 days later. Like just it's someone that experienced you as a person.
Mm-hmm. That's still a tough one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because like to some people, it'd be like, I don't give a shit about my relatives, 10 grand. But to some people, that would be worth well over $10,000.
Yeah. Although, like with the note of it being from a relative, that has more personal value. Value.
That's kind of why it gives it more of an exchange.
David,
you feeling that's kind of an equal trade-off?
No.
No.
You go with the money?
No. I'm asking whether or not he thinks that type of letter would be an equivalent.
Oh, okay.
No, it would be for some people, obviously, but I feel like nowadays people don't really care too much about stuff like that.
Yeah, sentimentality's lost its effect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't think that would be like an equal trade. I feel like it would be more like knowledge.
Okay.
So something that gives you like some sort of knowledge that nobody else has from a long dead scientist or philosopher or something like that.
Okay. And so in that specific instance, what would you choose? The 10,000 or the knowledge?
The knowledge.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Because then with that knowledge, you could make way more than 10 grand.
Yeah, potentially depending on the knowledge.
It's only if you use it correctly. Because hypothetically, if it was say for like quantum mechanics, you wouldn't understand that.
But
you
the
don't
thing,
know who
but
to give it to.
Okay, I'm pretty sure if I, and we can test this if you want. I'm fairly certain I can Google quantum mechanics professor, and something would come up, and I would know who to give it to.
I mean, even if it's just like written down, equations.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know what the fuck that is. It's just gibberish at that point.
Yeah, but anyone in their sane mind would label shit.
Anybody who's sane enough to write it down, throw it in a bottle.
Maybe they're getting chased.
Wouldn't be writing down notes.
Okay, we'll put it this way. Maybe they're getting chased by the mafia or some shit, and they either.
It was their personal notes.
Okay, so they're not like completely insane.
So they're it was their personal notes that they were being chased, and they had to quickly dispose of them in a way that it would eventually come back.
Or even in a not necessarily more believable fashion, but maybe they were on a ship.
Can I have a snack pack?
Yeah, take one.
Sweet.
Maybe they're on a trip overseas. Their ship sank, like all of their personal.
Sorry about that.
All of their personal notes were in like a watertight like box. So, like we don't have to say it's a bottle. We can just say it's a box. So like it's like their actual like.
It's a container.
Yeah, like a waterproof container. So like that just kind of like went into the ocean and washed up somewhere. Whatever. The details of it doesn't matter.
I mean, if that's the case and you have their personal belongings, blah blah blah, they most likely were a famous either scientist or philosopher from back in the day. That shit would sell for way more than 10,000.
Yeah, so still knowledge.
So therefore,
Knowledge over money.
Fuck you, Austin.
And knowledge, 65%.
Ha!
Still taking my fucking money.
All right, that's fair enough.
All right.
Next one. All your life. Oh, they worded this weirdly. How they worded it is, all your life I have sex with only one person. So obviously that, because fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll phrase it correctly. All your life you can only have sex with one person, or you run wild and you can never have a commitment. Relationship wise.
I don't have commitment as it is.
Yeah, but you might run into someone one day that's just like, yeah, this is like whether or not you want to get married, whether you want it to be monogamous or you have an open-ended shit, but just like to have one person you're committed to for life.
See, I tried finding that person. I found her. She fucking dumped me. So relationships aren't really my thing.
We talking about movie theater, bitch?
Oh yeah.
Did I tell you that I've run into her like 3 times?
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, we didn't like talk or anything,
Well,
but like I
obviously.
saw her.
But yeah, but I just found fucking buck wild.
Okay, we got Buck Wild. What you thinking? I think we both know what my fucking answer is. So Dave is a deciding factor on which one I click.
Are
What
we going
talking about? You don't even get sex as it is. You're fucking married.
Yeah, but I only have sex with one
Are
person.
we going based off of like previous, or is it open-ended right now, as of right now?
As of right now.
Yeah, well, we can do it as of right now.
1.
45%. Austin's in the majority on
Woo!
that.
Buck wild.
Yeah, because everybody wants AIDS.
I don't want AIDS. I have AIDS.
True shit. You choose
I'm kidding. I don't
to be a
have AIDS.
secondary hero of a Quentin Tarantino film or to be the main character of the serial?
What?
We're going to skip that because I don't know what that means. To get enough sleep in 3 hours or to be slim without training.
Enough sleep within 3 hours because I'm already slim as
you
fuck.
get a full night's sleep in 3 hours. Like enough to last you the other 21 hours of the day. Or you be in perfect shape without training.
I already do both of those.
Okay, well, which one?
Fucking
I mean, you can't.
I'll take
3 hours.
I'm
Whatever.
taking the sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't necessarily say that you're slim without really training because like I've seen your room and you have a.
I don't use it,
I know, but you have it.
but I have it.
Yeah, you have the opportunity to use your.
Yeah,
bar.
I have the opportunity to do it,
Yeah.
but
He just
I
doesn't.
don't.
But I'm saying like perfect shape. Like I'm
no,
saying
it's a slim. We're going off a slim.
okay, then fucking still sleep.
Still sleep.
Am I really?
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of redlining,
Sometimes
but
you
it depends on the angle that I'm talking into it.
do.
But yeah, I think I still take sleep
Yeah.
because as is I'm only getting 3 hours of sleep anyway.
I mean, I've
So-
literally been like for the past 6 years was forced to, hey, so we're doing night missions. We're going until 2:00 in the morning. You have to be up at 4.
Yep.
Yeah, fair
Have
enough.
fucking fun with that.
Well, the good news is we're all in the majority. It's 62% said sleep.
Sweet.
All right. Yeah, that one's kind of boring. That one's kind of boring too.
Okay.
This one's kind of funny. Go on a blind date to a restaurant where everyone is blindfolded,
Okay.
or go on a blind date to a restaurant where it's forbidden to communicate and make any sounds.
What are we having for dinner? That's my question.
You can have whatever the fuck you want. The general idea is you go on a blind date where you can't see the person you're talking to. So you could be talking to some Gal Gadot perfect supermodel woman, or you could be talking to a land whale.
It's like my 600-pound life.
Yeah, exactly. Or you go on a blind date where you can see the person you're with, but there's no communication or any sounds or anything.
I need sight.
I need sight too. I'm not going for a 600-pound life.
See, the thing...
No, it's not even. For me, it's not even that. It's literally just I need sight just so I know, like,
Who you're talking to? Or, look, well, that's not even the right word for it in that case.
it's more or less expectations of conversations afterward.
I can see that.
Fair enough. I was also going to go with the one where you could see but you couldn't communicate because, granted, it's kind of a niche in this situation, but you can tell a lot about a person by kind of their actions.
That's fair.
So, like, you know, like where they're ordering, like, obviously you can't communicate in this situation. Like, there's no verbal, there's no sign language. Yeah, you can point or whatever. But, like, there's a difference between, and obviously people at home are going to see this, but there's a difference between, and, you know, you can tell the assertiveness of how they're pointing, the way they're acting towards, you know, people around them. Like, if they're looking over and they see, like, you know, some odd couple that's not exactly on the spectrum of attractive society-wise. And you can kind of see, like, the way that they react to certain things.
That's fair.
So I think I'd still take sight in that situation. Just for that specific reason. Because, like, you could still tell a lot about the person. While if you were blindfolded, they could be talking and they could be a horrible person.
Mm-hmm.
They could just be fronting it.
That's fair.
Right? So are we all going with the whole...
Going for sight.
Going for sight?
See no evil.
48%. So we're barely on the bottom side of that.
Nice.
Yes.
I mean, the second place is the first place loser.
It's your shit.
There's only 2 positions
That's
in it.
the point.
Yeah, that one's easy.
No.
Would you rather be in the middle of a shopping mall, absolutely naked, with hands tied behind your back? And for this situation, we'll say you're tied to a pole.
Okay.
So you can't go anywhere.
Yep.
Or be in the middle of the arena of the Spanish bullfight in front of a huge bull.
Fuck it, I'm fighting a bull.
I'm going for the bull.
You know what?
Are you going naked?
I think I'm endowed enough that I could stand there naked.
Oh, I ain't afraid to show off my body.
Wait,
I just want to fight a bull.
Am I blindfolded?
Fair enough.
Am I blindfolded while on the pole?
No.
You can close your eyes.
Oof. Oof.
But then you don't know who's rubbing you off.
Well, that depends.
Could be me.
It could be
Is
Nico.
the
It could be me. It could be David. It could be...
It could be some random homeless dude named Jim.
Is it a soft hand or is it a rough hand?
You don't know until it happens.
Again, random homeless dude named Jim.
Always love them rough hands.
So I think majority's going for the bullfight.
Going for the bullfight.
I just
62%. So a lot of people are
I
ashamed of their
just want to
bodies.
fight a bull.
Fair enough.
Also, I want to relive the video of the dude who's in the pit.
Mm-hmm.
Walks up to the fence right next to the door, puts his foot up, playing All Star by Smash Mouth. Body was in the fucking bull, just knocks the door into his face.
Dude, your audio spikes were nuts on that.
Nut.
Okay, I got a good one.
Put some reverb on my voice. Suck.
The thing is, I can do that, but I think it affects the entire vocal track.
Probably.
Because it's editing the whole track, not just the snippet.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can make it a snippet.
Well,
It would
what
affect the entire track.
I
not
can
just
probably
the
do
snippet.
is after we get done, I'll start a new audio track, and you can just say nut, and I'll replace it.
No, for suck.
Suck. Okay.
And put some reverb.
Okay,
on
here we
that.
go. To create something great, but someone else will get all of the glory for it. So you created it, but no one knows you did. Or to be famous for something in which you are not involved. So pretty.
Fuck it. I created something. Who cares if everybody knows? I created something cool. I could do it again.
Well, see, I would do that too, but then I would ask them to recreate it and watch them fail.
Fair enough, but
Valid point.
Valid point, but to make it tougher, you can do that,
Mm-hmm.
but even if you recreate it, no one will believe that you did in the first place.
No, you ask the other person.
No, I'm saying, like, even if you did, like, you say you like me and you created time travel, I'd be like, okay, create the time machine, and you're like, I can't do it, and then someone watches me create it, they're not going to believe that I'm the person who originally created it. So no matter what you do, you'll never get the glory of being the person who created it.
Gotcha.
Well, if that's the case, time machine.
Well,
No,
go ahead.
You,
Yeah, go ahead.
you create the time machine.
Mhm.
Somebody else gets credit for it.
Yep.
So you do the thing where you ask them recreate it. They can't. You do. Nobody still believes you. All right, I'll be back in a sec. You go back in time, get the original blueprints with your name on it.
Ooh.
They still don't believe you.
Then they're just dumb.
No, yeah, I'm saying
No,
aside from
That's like today's society.
aside from
No.
intelligence, I'm saying they like no matter whatever coincidence, they just don't believe you.
even if it's literal, even
Yeah,
if it's
they'll never
your
believe you.
name with the date that the blueprints were written up.
Somehow they'll find a document that says you changed your name.
Yep.
Like I'm saying, like by whatever happenstance, you will never get the glory for it.
Still doing the thing.
Fair enough.
Because who fucking cares? I did it. I don't really care if anybody else knows about it.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
know I did it.
I want to go on the same moral road as that, but I'm gonna go on the off thing and just be famous for like something that I didn't do, because I can ride off that. Because I can
long though.
for however long. We'll say it's a movie, right? I'm famous for being like, let's see, like, not to toot my own horn. I've gotten before that I look similar in some aspects to Ryan Gosling, mostly before I had my jaw surgery, because like we had the same jaw offset and whatnot.
Now you got chubby cheeks.
Yeah, like say someone's like, "Oh my god, dude, I loved you in
The Notebook." The fuck?
yeah, I loved you in The Notebook," and I get all the fame for being in The Notebook, right? Granted, I could just watch The Notebook over and over and over, read into the directors, what went into it, and I could learn all of that, so then it would seem like I was, and then I can still write off the success of that, like, oh, you were in The Notebook, you want to do a Coca-Cola ad for $3 million? Yeah, sure. And I do the Coca-Cola ad. I just become a celebrity, and then eventually I'd be part of something that I was,
Never meant to be in.
yeah.
I could see that.
So I just write off the fame. Like I respect your decision, but I mean, write it off, right?
Time machine.
Sick. 48% went with you guys. So I was in the majority.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. Like I said, that was a pretty even 50-50. But ooh,
Say it.
this one's. I don't think that you're gonna have much of an insight into this, Austin.
Okay.
But this is an interesting one. To live with, in this case, it would be a woman because we are men, and I believe we're all straight.
David.
David, are you straight? Because I'm straight. You straight?
Straight as a crooked arrow.
Or straight as a regular arrow?
I will slap that dumb look on her.
Cool. So we're all straight.
Yep.
To live with a woman who loves you very much, but you treat them with indifference, or to live with a woman whom you love very much, but they treat you with indifference.
I can't answer.
Mm-mm.
Right? Like,
No, because literally I lived the first and second. I
Fair
lived
enough.
both of them.
fair enough.
I mean,
And the weird thing is, I lived both of them at the same time.
That's trippy.
was it the same woman?
Yes.
I was gonna
That's
say.
a little
I was gonna
weird.
say, was this the same woman, or were you pulling double duty?
He's pulling the night shift.
No, it was literally the same. It was literally the same girl.
So what would you say, Austin?
I mean, I've had a relationship where she was like head over heels for me, but I wasn't quite feeling it. And then
But were you indifferent? Like I think there's a difference between like not feeling it and being indifferent. Like if you're like not feeling it, you're like it's still cool. Like you're cool to be around, but I'm not really into you like that. I feel like that's kind of the situation you're in.
Mm-hmm.
But indifference, I'm thinking it of more as like they're in love with you, and you're just like, I don't give a shit. Fucking go somewhere else or something. I don't care. Like you could not give a flying fuck that they exist in your presence.
I'd have to go with that one.
Where they love you but you don't give a shit.
Yep. Because I naturally just don't give a shit.
Okay, well we'll go with your choice. 50%. Fuck, Austin's on a roll. He's doing great today.
He's only gotten 2.
He's actually really. I
Yeah,
feel like he's gotten more than that.
No.
I mean, you've gotten one. I've gotten 2. Otherwise, we've been in majority.
Yeah, I feel like he's been on the right side of things more than twice, but he's only got 2 by himself. I think that might be. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
That sounds right.
We'll figure it out in post. Oh. Austin's gonna have a real easy time with this.
Next.
No, I'm gonna read it because it's funny. Would you rather you would not be able to have a child of your own, or there's full conception after each time you have sex?
You already know my answer, but the
podcast. The
viewers don't. I am never having kids unless I'm adopting and they can wipe their own ass.
Yeah, so he's obviously picking not able to conceive because he doesn't care. But David has a moral compass.
It's not that I don't care. It's the fact that the adoption, system, there's so many more kids in there that actually need help rather than creating more people.
There you go. Yeah. That's how you answer it.
No, that's like
I was about to say, quit trying to be the good guy.
No, that's my legitimate answer to that.
Yeah, I feel it because granted, I want to have my own children, but I do feel like at some point I will also adopt, 1, 2. Who knows? What if I have money, I'll adopt a ton of kids.
Dude,
as long as I can love them.
Dude, they're like $40,000.
You thinking we can't make this something big?
$40,000 for a kid. One kid. Not to mention.
Yeah. You think we can't go places with this?
I don't know where we're going with this.
We'll put this in perspective.
Conversation-wise.
While you think of your answer, we'll put this in perspective.
Okay.
David Dobrik started on Vine with nothing. Didn't know anyone. He immigrated to the U.S. when he was a child.
Mm-hmm.
He lived in a very small house in a somewhat okay area of Chicago. Cleveland.
I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere in Ohio, I believe. It's either Cleveland or Chicago. He started with literally nothing, an immigrant. And now he gets paid well over $70,000 for a 1-minute ad for an app.
He also lives in an apartment.
No, he doesn't.
Does he not?
No, not anymore.
Oh, shit.
He has a $2.5 million mansion, a brand new Ferrari, a Tesla, and he has bought over 8 cars for his friends in the last year.
It's because people enjoy his stupidity and like watching him spend money.
Yes, but he started with nothing and turned it into something. We're starting with nothing, and maybe we'll turn it into something.
I don't know.
You know?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Have you had
So
enough
yeah,
time yet?
I would adopt if I get to the point where I have the money and I would able to care for each child, and so none of them feel neglected. I'd adopt a ton of fucking kids. I'd have a ton of fucking kids.
So now my only question is, after during the whole sexual intercourse.
Yes, you can abort them.
Oh, you can?
No, that's not.
I know.
not
I'm fucking
it.
with you. Go ahead, David.
Even if you pull out and go to another room and then blow your load, would that?
Yes.
Oh.
That is
Anytime your
retarded.
penis enters a vagina.
Boom, pregnant. You don't even have to come.
Pregnant.
That's actually physically impossible.
No. In this situation, it is.
No, that's
Now choose.
Nope,
These are all hypotheticals. These are all hypotheticals. Hypothetically, it can happen.
I'm actually going to abstain.
Nope. You can't.
Yes, I
cannot plead
can.
the fifth.
I actually can.
Okay, we'll just say this. We'll say it this way: your dick is constantly sweating cum.
I abstain.
Okay, then we're just skipping the question. Fuck you. No, we'll never
Fine.
know the answer. Only I can know the answer.
What was it?
Conception after each thing.
It's just because I want kids. It's just not after
Not that
every
many.
single fucking time I bang.
What about a condom? Would that still work?
No.
Okay, this one's kind of
control?
interesting.
No.
I know what my answer is for this one already, but this one's kind of interesting. You could either choose to know all of the languages in the world, like I'm saying you were fully fluent, as if you were
But you
speaking
can't
it
speak
from
English.
birth. No. You know all the world languages, everything fluently, but you cannot read, and you will never be able to learn to read. Or, wait, what? One second. I have to
God
reread
damn
this.
it.
I have to reread this again because it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, well, I think I get the general idea, but I'm gonna tweak it.
Okay.
You know all the world languages, but you cannot read all of the world languages, and you'll never learn how to read them.
Okay.
Or you know all the world languages, but you're just dumb. So like you know every single language in the world fluently, but you'll never learn how to read those languages, but you still have your whatever intelligence you have now, plus the languages.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know all of them, but you're just really fucking stupid.
Can I still read the language I already know? Or would it get rid of that information?
It would get rid of that information.
Fuck.
Yeah, for the
I'm
the
dumb.
integrity of interest.
I'm gonna just be dumb.
So you would rather know them all and be dumb.
I'd like to have a 3 for an IQ.
I want to be dumb just because of the fact that getting rid of all of that knowledge, I already know how to read Japanese, so...
You fucking weeb.
Yeah, so you would know how to speak all the world languages, but you'd be stupid.
Yeah, no, like, with how you said it. So, yeah, I'm going with the dumb, but I don't want to, because I don't want to go with the other one, because I don't want to learn, I don't want to lose the 3 years of knowledge that I learned.
That's fair. But
fair.
you're gaining what is potentially infinite lifetimes of knowledge.
Yeah, but I can't read them. So what's the point of fucking having them if I can't read them?
And this comes to where my answer is. I'm picking the opposite of both of you, where I know every single language fluently, but I can't read them. Because somebody can. And somebody can read it to me.
But eventually people are going to get tired of reading it to you. Like say, for instance,
Go
if
to
you're at
somebody
work,
else.
you need to read this paper so you know what you're working on.
Someone can... do you want to know how many times a day that I legitimately have to read the sheet that I'm working on? None, because most times, granted, not all, it's not all inclusive, but in a lot of jobs, your supervisor tells you what to do.
Okay, what about
And if you-
texting your wife?
I can just call her. Or also, technology, voice to text. I'm not reading. I'm speaking.
But you'd still have to look at it and understand that that's a microphone.
Yeah, it's
It doesn't say you can't read symbols, you dumbass.
But you can't read.
You can see what
you
a symbol is.
Yeah, reading is not symbols. If you see an Apple logo, you don't go A P P L. Oh, that's Apple. You just see it and you know it's Apple because it's a symbol. I'm saying you cannot written text. You cannot read written text of any language. So I would choose that I can't read written text of any language because if I say I wanted to travel the world, I could travel the world. If I wanted to learn that knowledge, someone would be willing somewhere to read it to me. And I could still absorb the knowledge.
Okay.
Which I'm in the very, very low 39%.
Oof.
You guys are very much in the lead with 61.
Because we dumb.
Teleportation or flight?
Okay. Stop right there. Are we talking like Nightcrawler? Like, do I have to see where I'm teleporting to?
Instant teleportation, you just have to know of the place.
Yeah, you just like
Oh, I'm teleporting. Hands down.
flight teleportation.
Wait, with flight, is it like Superman or we have like Archangel, like giant wings?
You just
To Superman.
You just
Yeah.
go.
I'm still going with teleportation.
essentially you just affect gravity in your certain area. And
I'm still going with teleportation.
okay, David, what are you thinking?
I'm going with flight because now hear me out on this.
By all means, go ahead.
Teleportation, you can't really improve on it.
How do you improve on flight?
Faster and faster and faster.
Fair enough.
I can get there instantaneously.
Eventually, I'll get to the point where so can I.
But you can only go so fast without
No.
natural friction of air ripping your body apart.
That is a
Eventually-
fair point. That's not brought up in the question.
Eventually, your body will become accustomed to the speed you are going at, and then
Adaptation.
you can go faster.
Yeah, it's like how
And then you can go faster.
yeah, it's like me at work when I started because I work with cardboard. I got paper cuts daily. I don't think I've got one in like a month.
But here's the thing, though. Naturally, throughout even the Earth atmosphere, if an asteroid is entering, it's burning up
Yeah, you want
because
to
of
know,
how fast it's going.
and because it's
Yeah.
never experienced oxygen.
That doesn't matter.
Yes, it actually does.
And actually, and it's
Yes.
also it is also in the sense of an asteroid, it is not a living organism. Therefore, rocks do not adapt. Humans and living organisms do.
Okay, well, even for the fact of, we'll say, space shuttles,
Also, not a living organism.
but they've also experienced oxygen.
No, the oxygen thing was stupid. I completely retract that. That was stupidity on my part. I'm saying living creatures adapt. Inanimate creatures or inanimate objects do not.
But there is still the fact of natural air resistance.
Yeah. Back in the olden times, back in no, actually not the olden times. We'll say Stone Age. Back in the Stone Age, human beings could survive just crazy winters with their loincloths.
Oh, and also here's the thing with teleportation.
Mm-hmm.
You can know of the place, like you know of the place.
Mhm.
That's all you need to be able to teleport there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually tell you exactly where you teleport. You could literally teleport into a fucking wall.
See, that's why you go.
So no.
That's why you go based off of a picture.
Well,
Yeah, but that picture could have changed. There could be a building there now. You could literally teleport into the floor and get cut in half.
let's for the sake of not taking it very far,
Okay.
we'll say that in both circumstances, like granted, your air friction thing, eventually you would adapt to it. That's just my general consensus. Whether or not you
Okay.
would be able to go Mach 20 or be almost instantaneous, to a certain extent, you would be able to adapt to it. And for
Okay.
teleportation, we'll say that there is a safety feature that you don't fucking phase
don't
into a
bamf into a
mailbox
wall.
or something. Okay, we'll put it in that sense where you don't
You
phase.
don't
into-
bamf into a wall.
Superman levels of flying where it's like you can fly.
Supersonic.
No, you can fly to the point where you can reverse the Earth's rotation or instant teleportation.
Yeah, we'll say
I'm
that.
still going with flight.
But you see, he has to build up to that speed. It's not like a.
No, that's
It's still-
that's inaccurate.
That is actually inaccurate because they show it that way, but in the comics they literally explain that he does it in 0.000002 seconds.
Yes,
I
the
didn't
Super
read
Superman is the
DC
That is
ability.
comics.
that is actually almost instant.
Because DC kind of sucks.
And
ass.
teleportation still is not actually instant.
Yeah,
It isn't.
There'd still be a delay, and also Superman can build up the kinetic energy of flight, so he could be standing there just building it up, and then just release and go.
Just fucking gone.
But on the subject, I would also pick teleportation,
That's okay.
just because the only reason that I would generally pick flight is to just experience flight,
That's fair.
because I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But also with teleportation, with the room for improvement, you could do it faster and faster and faster.
Yes.
Granted, it's still never. Wait. I'm not saying you could go boom, 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 boom across the world. Where I'm saying we'll say small incremental, right? Or I could just teleport myself. We'll say inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter, tiny bit forward. So I could still get the experience of flight, like just teleporting a shit ton and fly around. And say I wanted to experience the phenomenon of free fall and flight, and just teleport 1,000 feet in the air, just and then teleport myself just safe to the ground. Because from my point of view, the only reason I would pick flight is just to experience flight.
Okay, so then we're going off of everything you were doing before you teleported means absolutely nothing. Because if that's the case, even if you went into a free fall and you teleported, your kinetic energy would still follow you.
Also true.
Meaning, once you teleported, like, you'll teleport, like, 5,000 feet in the air, and you'll fall.
Okay,
and then you'll teleport again 5 feet away from the 5 feet away from the ground. But you still have that kinetic energy. Yes.
Okay, well, in that case...
So that would kill you.
In that case, I would create a designated pit of varying densities of interlaced bungee cords to catch me. And then when I lost all kinetic energy and I was at that point of like that before the recoil of the things, I would then teleport myself safely.
That would take some real, like, perfect fucking timing.
Here's the, are we talking jumper style?
Even if I was a little late and I started going up a little bit, I'd still teleport. And, like, worst case, I just, plop a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's still...
Yes, we're going off of jumper style. So, you, like, everything you were doing previously before you teleported follows you.
I mean, in a sense, like, if you're not going too fast, like, free falling, for instance, you'd be fine.
You would be fine. Totally fine. It would just be, you would teleport to a new location, and then all of a sudden you'd just be, like, sprinting for no fucking reason.
Yes.
And everybody would look at you like you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, but the thing is, I can teleport. Who gives a fuck what they think? So we're going to go with 2 for teleport. Teleport got 64. In the minority.
He is the minority.
Sure.
I literally am. I'm native and Asian.
Well, I hope you guys love this podcast. It's a minute and 10 seconds. No, it wasn't. It was interesting. Like we probably went
weird.
Yeah, it was weird. We probably went a little too deep into
No, we didn't.
The technicalities of each thing, which is good and bad, but it was interesting,
to say the least. So
this will be coming out on that glorious Monday that you guys are all looking forward to because we were gone last week.
When this is glorious is
but we
Mondays.
Fucking back. And I do want to say I can't release any details. I'm on FBI watch, but there may be some projects in the works, so you might see some
projects.
Some
projects.
Some new type of content on the channel. So
get to
keep your eye out for that. It probably won't be soon, but maybe within a month or two. We can
eventually.
Yeah, something will come up. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that to some extent it entertained you. And I also hope you'll join us again next week for another shit show. Nomad signing off.
See you later, motherfuckers.
That's my line.